Baby. You know, I don't know anything about bankruptcy. I don't. Um, I do know that, some people say that it's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, I don't know how filing bankruptcy could be a good thing. Um, but we've heard stories of like Donald Trump filing for bankruptcy. I think Tony Braxton done it a couple of times. I think TLC. So I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know any. Again, I don't know anything about bankruptcy, but I don't think it necessarily means that you are like broke. Um, I think there's different types of bankruptcies too, right? Like I think like Chapter 7, Chapter 11. Anyways, Tasha K. This is according to the first person who actually broke this story was the Neighborhood Talk. They were the first ones who broke this story. I saw it last night. But I'm going to read like a little article from Radar Online. Radar Online. So it says blogger who owes Cardi B $3 million for spreading lies files for bankruptcy after rapper starts seizing her bank funds. The blogger who was ordered to pay Cardi B over $3 million after being found liable for defamation has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. According to court documents, Tasha K has filed a petition in Florida court. In the case, first reported by the Neighborhood Talk, here we go. Tasha listed her assets in the $500,000 to $100,000 range, while her liabilities total between $1 million to $10 million. Tasha listed her assets as a 2021 Chevrolet Silverado worth $46,000, 207 $2,750 worth of furniture, $500 worth of electronics, 2,500 worth of clothes, including two Louis Vuitton purses and a Coach purse. Tasha also listed jewelry worth 60,000. I'm sorry, $6,000, including her engagement ring and wedding ring. She has a checking account at Chase with less than $100 in the moment. Her debts include $53,000 owed on the car, an unknown amount and back taxes to the IRS, $6,000 to American Express, an undetermined amount of legal fees, $3,000 to Bank of America, 3.38 million to Cardi, 5,000 owed to Discover Bank. Tasha listed herself as a content creator who has been self-employed for the last 7 years. Her spouse is listed as a content creator. Um, at the moment, Tasha said she pulls in around $13,000, with her partner bringing in $17,000 for a grand total of $30,000. She has two children to take care of. The blogger said her monthly expenses total $22,000, leaving her household with a $7,000 surplus every month. Tasha said she pulled in $134,000 in 2022 and $156,000 in 2021. Girl, y'all already know what happened, why she in the situation. I don't know why. Like, I don't know nothing about no bankruptcy, so the girls, and I don't really care to Google it. I just know I don't ever want to be in it. Okay? I just don't think that sounds like a good thing to have to do. Um, but, you know, I don't know. It's hard for me to believe that Tasha pulled in $134,000 in 2022 and $156,000 in 2021. That's not a lot of money for Tasha K and her platform. I would think that Tasha K probably make that in 1 month. You know what I'm saying? Girl, listen, this is all I got to say. This should be a lesson to everybody. Um, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, Miss Seeley. Girl, it's not worth it. It is not worth it. Girl, there's nothing really more for me to add to this story except, girl, I'm still trying to, learn my way through this whole YouTube world and, make it do what it do. And, hopefully, I can get to 1 million subscribers one day, Um, but girl, if it's gonna come, it's gonna come. And the only thing I can tell people is, girl, don't jeopardize your livelihood. Don't jeopardize your family's livelihood, all because you want some clicks and some views. Because at the end of the day, it's gonna come back and bite you on your ass. What Funky Dineva say? Either you gonna pay on the back end or you gonna pay on the front end. But baby, you gonna pay. Okay? So girl, them checks might be looking good now because you're getting views and ad revenue and all that good stuff. But girl, you gonna run across the right person, another Cardi B, and she gonna have the time, she gonna have the money, and she gonna drag it out. So hopefully, hopefully, Tasha can figure it out. I didn't know her husband was a content creator. Is he? I know I heard that he was like her manager. Or I think they did their business together. But whatever, girl. Ooh, Tasha. Y'all let us know about for the girls who don't, let us know about bankruptcy. All right. Yes. Ari Lennox apologizes for hurling insults at Oprah and Gayle King for tearing down the legacies of black men. Says she was lost and insecure at the time. So this is what y'all are. I'm not gonna play the clip because Ari was doing a whole bunch of cursing. But from what I can remember when Gayle King did the interview with Leslie Jordan. Is that her name? The basketball player? Is that the gay man? Is that the gay man that died? I think Leslie Jordan is a basketball player too. Remember the basketball player? She was like best friends with Kobe Bryant. Anyways, after Kobe died, Gail did an interview with Leslie. I think her name is Leslie, and she brought up that time when Kobe was accused of rape when he cheated on Vanessa with that white girl. Um, and people really did not like that, and they were basically coming after Gail. And I remember even Snoop like sending like some like kind of like veiled threat, basically like, when I see you, I see you in these streets. It was very much like, girl, a lot. And I remember Ari getting online, basically, going off, and she was upset like a lot of y'all were upset. And she was calling Oprah and Gayle Kale and Okra. I'm not gonna lie, girl. The Kale and Okra, girl, it was a key. um, I love Ari Lennox. I used to always love Ari Lennox. Used to go live all the time. I don't think she does now. At least I never see her go live, and I follow her on Instagram. Her lives used to be the best lives. She's very funny. Um, but she came out and she basically cussed Oprah and Gayle out. A lot of people were, on Oprah and Gayle, even though it was a question that Gayle answered, but people put them together. Um, and so she came out, and this is what she had to say. I sincerely apologize to Oprah and Gayle. Y'all legends didn't deserve that wretched, ignorant live. She also said on Twitter, I can be a bitch sometimes, just putting it out there. Not always proud of those moments, but sometimes I am. Girl, we all are. Okay, because sometimes, depending on what day you get, either you're going to get this Rodney, or either, girl, you're going to get this Rodney. Okay? Um, I have been naive, a sheep, a people pleaser, battling traumas and codependency. I was one mindlessly and intentionally spreading false information in order to impress people. My lives were a playground on top of fiery hell. I was simply unaware of the damage I was causing. So while some of those lives represent a sweet and free, even seemingly happier and more confident girl, I was actually lost and insecure. no self-awareness, and so unhappy, addicted to entertaining others so I didn't have to face my own reality. I believe that she's sorry, and I believe that she's sincere. I also believe, too, when she says, I have been naive, a sheep, a people pleaser. Girl, because what it was, I think Ari, like a lot of people, hopped onto the I hate Gayle, I hate Oprah train. And then, well, you know, what was so ironic about this whole situation? That girl, the same black men that Ari was running to protect and the girl put her cape on for, her name was dragging her ass all up and through Twitter talking about she looked like a dog. Remember, even Snoop came out making fun of her hair. Yeah, yeah. So it's like, girl, you did all of that for you to run and protect these men, for girl them to turn around and girl drag you. Hey, yeah. And that's probably when you got your wake up call. Quad as is kept. Let's call a thing a thing. And the truth of the matter is, I don't give a damn what nobody got to say. You know, I used to be one of those people back in the day that used to think that Oprah did walk on water. Girl, you know how like y'all think that Beyonce is, you know, girl, Jesus. Girl, that's how I used to think about Oprah Quadis, because I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. And then one day I realized, girl, Oprah don't walk on water. um, but I would take Oprah over Snoop Dogg any day. I'll take Oprah over a lot of these niggas who y'all defend online. If we want to be honest about it. Bitch, I'll take Stedman. Girl. I'll take Oprah's housekeeper. I'll take the person who girl who drives Oprah car. Girl, I would take the person who dry cleans Oprah's clothes. Girl, I would take the person at the grocery store who checks out Oprah. Girl, I would take the person who works at the Louis Vuitton store where Oprah get her Louis Vuitton bags from. Before I take any of the niggas who y'all be defending. Girl, not y'all. Not y'all. Not y'all. The people. Okay? Anyways, girl, shout out to Ari for realizing, girl, after she got drugged, that girl let me mind my business, like I've been telling y'all to. Girl, I don't give a damn about y'all. Girl, those are all online talking about that girl look like a dog. Anyways, you know, I don't want to talk about this heifer, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about it anyways. No, I'm not talking about her right now. I don't want to talk about her. Ghostface Killah's youngest son blasts him for being the definition of a deadbeat. You've ghosted us for far too long. So the son of rapper Ghostface Killah is taking the family drama public. Yesterday, May the 24th, the youngest of the Wu-Tang Clan co-founders' children, Infinite Coles, used his social media to accuse his father of treating his children as if they don't exist and loving everyone around him more than them. I'm gonna read what he wrote, y'all. So this is what he wrote. I have never been the type to go online and talk about my personal life, my family, or my emotions. However, today I'm giving an inside look into my broken heart because I'm feeling more lost and hopeless than I have ever been. The real Ghostface Killah. He tagged him. I didn't really want to do this, but at this point, I'm tired of keeping quiet to save your reputation. I'm tired of the pain. My heart has been aching and longing to be loved by you, my father, for way too long. So since you are unreachable, perhaps this will get your attention. I haven't had a full conversation with you or seen you in over 15 years. You haven't once tried to reach out to me and see how I'm feeling or how I'm doing. I have messages that literally show me reaching out to you and receiving no response for over a decade. The legend, the legend that you all love, Ghostface Killah, is the full definition of a deadbeat. Dad, you let us live without gas. I'm sorry, Dad, you let us live. Girl, you still calling him Dad? Girl, you ought to be referring to him by his first name. Dad, you let us live without light, gas, or even communication from you for years. You have all this coin, and yet you allow my uncles to clean up your mess. I have lived in a shelter for almost a year in 2020 during COVID, and you haven't reached out once to help me or even see if I was alive. Your daughter is mentally ill, and you haven't even come to make sure she's okay or even get her help. You don't give a damn about your children, and it's time to lay the shit on the table. Growing up, your cold shoulder made me scared of not only myself, but of the world. I was never comfortable around you or my brothers when I was a kid, but at least my brothers grew to accept me on their own. I feel unprotected my I felt unprotected my entire life, and I couldn't even fully chase my dreams because I was so afraid of who I was, and I just kept trying. Come on. Of who I was, and I just kept trying to make everyone happy and be someone I wasn't, even though it was obvious I was pretending. For many years, you made me hate myself until I developed courage to snap the F out of it and realize that there was nothing wrong with me, but there's everything wrong with you. I can't even say you're only a deadbeat to me because I'm gay, because you're a deadbeat to all of your kids. Some more than others, but what I've been seeking is an answer as to why. Is it because your father turned your back on you? Why do you love everyone but your kids? It's backwards. It's ugly, it's hurtful, and it's humiliating. I'm tired of you of ignoring us. I'm tired of you acting like we don't exist. I'm tired of you putting everyone else on but your kids. What makes this more of a shame is the fact that you now have grandchildren and you can make up for all the lost times with us and you still choose not to. That ish makes no sense. For the people reading this, I really want y'all to understand I'm not looking for attention or sympathy from anyone. I'm looking for attention from my father, the one who brought me into this world. Why have kids if you're not going to take care of them? Daddy, we need you, not your money, but your heart, your attention, your love. I hope you change your ways and realize that you have some beautiful, talented children out here with deep voids in their heart because you have been missing. You've ghosted us for far too long. Um, I'll say this much. I don't have a relationship with my father. I've never had a relationship with him. So it's not like, this man was in my life and then like I can understand those people who have had some sort of relationship with their biological father, or just a father, period. And then all of a sudden, like that person kind of was no longer in your life and it took a toll on you. I can wrap my head around that. But for me, like, girl, I used to see him every now and again during the summer. But other than that, girl, I don't know that man. So for me, I've never longed for to have some type of relationship with him because I don't know him. I know some people like probably may find that hard to like. Oh, you never wanted a father? No, I mean, I never really. It's not like it's not. It's kind of like how can you miss something you never had? You know, I remember like even before I started having sex. I know it sounds like girl, you all over the place. But I remember before I even had started having sex, people were like, you don't miss having sex? I mean, how can I miss having sex? I never had sex. So y'all like it'll be one thing if I've done it, you know? Um, so I've never felt any type of I need to have my father around to make me this better human being and no, no. I'll just say for him and his siblings, um, you shouldn't have to beg anyone to be a part of your life. And if you have to beg them to be a part of your life, it's probably best that they're not. I think instead of getting on the internet and begging, I don't care about him blasting his daddy, whatever. But I think instead of getting on the internet blasting the situation, I think you need to find a way to know that this person is who they are and y'all need to figure out a way to move on with your life without him in it. Maybe seek some therapy, right? But you're going to have to figure out a way to continue with your life and grow and evolve and realize that my daddy ain't shit. He's not going to be a part of my life. However, my life must continue. And you can still be great and do great things without this man in your life. And you shouldn't have to beg anyone, father, mother, it doesn't matter. to be a part of your life. You definitely shouldn't have to beg your parents. Okay? Like you definitely shouldn't have to beg your parents to be a part of your life. So hopefully, if it works out for them and the nigga chooses to be a part of their life, then I mean, so be it. But I think at this point, for the most part, he probably only gonna come around when he need a kidney. You know how stuff happens. He in the hospital, done got into a wreck, needs some blood, and guess who's gonna be the one? Guess who's gonna be the one person in the world who got everything he needs to live? One of them children. Oh, you need a kidney, sir, and it's gonna be your gay son who's the only match. Oh, sir, you need some blood, sir, and it's gonna be your daughter who's mentally ill, who's your only match. And as far as I'm concerned, girl, you gonna have to just figure out another way. I ain't got it. I ain't got it. I ain't got it. I ain't got no kidney. I ain't got no blood. I can't do nothing for you. Um, but yeah, hopefully, that's the only thing I can really say. I don't think that, and I also think you have to realize like you're begging for a relationship with someone when even if it's your father, what type of value would they add to your life? Like you can have this man in your life, but if they're not doing anything, if they're not bringing any value to your life, then what's the point? Even if it is your father. So what I'm saying is this: if Ghostface Killah is still some trifling ass nigga who's toxic, right? Who is homophobic, who could be sexist, misogynistic, and all these things. Like, why would you want somebody in your life like that? Because it's your daddy, just so you can walk around and say, I talked to my daddy last night." It's another reason why it's like when people make it seem as though, girl, like having certain people in your life is important. Not if they're a mess. You could have a father in your life, girl, but if he's a hot ass mess, then what's the point? If he's doing nothing but teaching his children, girl, toxic ass ways, then what's the point? Just to say you got a daddy in your life? I guess, girl. But like he said, girl, it sound like he ain't shit father to all his kids. So I can't even say that's because I'm gay. Yeah, because you don't fuck with none of us. Ghostface, you trifling. You ain't shit. You ain't gonna never be shit. Oh, Ja Morant. So this is some good news for him. So Nike decides to release Ja Morant's new sneakers despite Second Gun video backlash. Reportedly sells out in minutes. Well, things may be seen to going downhill for Ja Morant following his Second Gun flashing incident. But the one thing that's going up is his shoe sales. Nike has decided to release the new limited edition Ja Morant shoe on their sneakers app. This comes just days after they pulled it from their website amid his latest gun controversy. According to reports, the shoes were going for about $110, quickly sold out in all shoe sizes after being released at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. In addition to his shoes, Nike also sells Morant's jersey, as the company is the official uniform provider for the NBA. The good news of Morant's sneaker rollout comes a day after cops did a welfare check on the Memphis Grizzlies basketball star after he shared a few cryptic messages to his Instagram story. I mean, girl, I don't think. Well, I said it. I know some of y'all might not remember, but I said I don't think that his career is just gonna like go down the hill. Um, should he have some type of consequence? Yes, I do believe that. Um, but other than that, girl, he gonna be all right. Well, he gonna be suspended for a few games. He gonna cry, and then everybody gonna say, "Girl, he young. Y'all need to stop saying whatever, whatever, whatever." Girl, y'all, no accountability. Okay, anyways, um, that's it for now. I'll probably be back later, so we could talk about some other people. All right, y'all. I'm gone. Bye.